Welcome everybody to our today's webinar from the SplitMetrics Agency, where we are going to talk about lessons learned from 50+ holiday app marketing campaigns. Let's start with a very brief introduction. My name is Thomas.Kriebernegg. I can look back to 20 years of experience in online marketing, 12 years of that very focused on app marketing. Some of you might know me as the founder of AppRadar, which I founded around about 10 years ago. And since the end of last year, AppRadar has become a part of SplitMetrics. And this is also the reason why I'm super happy to be here today and also hosting this webinar with you. But also great news, I'm not alone on my side. I also have amazing co-hosts with me. In this regard, Anastasia, giving the mic to you.
Hello everybody. Yeah, I'm Anastasia and I have over the 8 years of experience in ASO, including 5 in leadership across various niches. And today I'll be speaking about marketing strategies for seasonality spikes in ASO.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And also handing the word to Adele. Please introduce yourself as well.
Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Adele. I'm user acquisition manager here at SplitMetrics. I have been working with various sub niches, not only in user acquisition, but also in ASO, in app monetization projects, and I'm happy to be here.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And yeah, just to kick off the webinar, just a few words about the SplitMetrics Agency, what we're doing over here. We are a full cycle mobile growth agency, which means that we are helping our clients, which are, businesses with apps and mobile games out there in everything that has to do with mobile growth, starting off from organic growth support, which mainly is everything around the topic of app store optimization, conversion rate optimization, localization, as well as also optimizing apps and games on the Steam store. Paid user acquisition, which kind of incorporates running ads on various platforms. To name some examples where we are doing this for our clients is Apple Search Ads, Meta Ads, Google Ads, TikTok ads, various DSPs like Morocco, but also Snapchat, Pinterest, and so on and so forth, you name it. We have really a lot of experience here as well. And luckily, we're also supported by our own in-house design team, who is always there to help us out on the ASO front in coming up with conversion-driven app store screenshots, as well as app icons, as well as preparing A/B tests, as well as also preparing all the assets and all the graphics that we're needing for the ads, which also includes video production as well. And last but not least, also one important service that we're providing to our clients is everything around the topic of product optimization, which normally starts with an app audit and then goes further down the funnel, looking at the onboarding, looking at the retention, as well as looking at the monetization. How we're helping here is giving an audit, giving you expert feedback, but also on the other hand side, also developing a strategy, how you can improve this for your apps and for your games. And as you can see on the logos on the bottom of this slide, we're working together with a lot of international companies from various categories. So this also means, since you are in this webinar here as well, if you should need any helping hand, then this is a perfect time for you to also reach out to us. And now let's have a look at the agenda of the topics that we prepared for today's webinar. First, we're going to start off with key holidays to watch for in 2024 and early 2025. Next, we're going to talk about proven tips from campaigns wins, but also losses. After that, we're going to check out marketing tactics beyond the app stores. And after that, we're going to talk about how to keep users engaged post all the seasonal events. And last but not least, we're also going to introduce a very special holiday offer to you, and we will also have some time left for questions and answers. And as already teased a little bit, please wait until the end of this webinar, because once again, we have an really amazing offer that we want to share with you guys, But more at the end of this presentation. Let's get started with looking at key holidays in 24 and 25. Before we are doing this exactly, let's have a look at some figures and let's have a look at some numbers. What we can see here on this chart is the digital ad spend through within the United States through overall businesses. And I think the key message that you can see here is we are entering high season. So we are going into the 4th quarter of the year. And like in every previous year, also this year, no big surprise, this is where the money is made. That also means this is where a lot of attention goes, which also means a lot of ad spend goes, because everybody wants to participate on the Christmas hype and get the most out of it. Not only Christmas, also other seasonal holidays, what we're soon going to discover. But everybody wants to be part of this. Yeah. So therefore, no big surprise, I would say, that we're seeing an increase in ad spend. And this is also very much bound with another very interesting fact and figure that I have for you guys. Because when looking at the holiday spending, which every person within the United States does, it's going to reach approximately $902 this year, which is an increase of $25 compared to previous year. And this is also a new all-time high, which means that people are used to get into spending mode, once again, entering the fourth quarter. And in this webinar, we're going to talk about what you can do to get the most out of it. When we look at the categories that are pushing the most when it comes to Christmas, I think it's no big surprise that shopping, and I would say really overall shopping, as you can see on the chart on the right-hand side, we can shopping all obviously also define in different subcategories, but nevertheless, shopping as such is the biggest spender as well as the biggest kind of profiter when it comes to running or when it comes to optimizing campaigns for seasonal events. But next to shopping, we're also seeing other categories, for example, like media and entertainment, nonprofit, insurance, as well as pharmaceuticals. When we talk about seasonal events, I think it's also very important to first talk about that a seasonal event can be classified as one of the followings, because there are different types of seasonal events. So first of all, the category of cultural seasonal events. This can also be religious seasonal events, for example, like Easter, like Christmas, like Thanksgiving. There are commercial seasonal events, which are initially just invented for us human beings to spend more money. Yeah? Just to give you some number, to give you some example here as well. Yeah, Black Friday, Amazon Prime Day, to name some of these examples here. As well as there are also ad hoc seasonal events, which are happening also kind of reoccurring in some kind of way. This can mean, for example, sports tournaments, like we had the European soccer football championship this year, for example, but it can also be the elections, like we're also having them, I would say, a lot of countries in Europe as well as in the United States coming up within the next couple of weeks. And when we look at such seasonal events, what do? They drag a lot of attention, and a lot of attention means a lot of more user activity. And this also means, kind of translated, the more user activity, the more spendings, the more money will be spent when apps are being used during this time. But this is also no big surprise, I would say, to most of you guys here. And this is also the reason why the effect number two also kicks into play. And this means that during seasonal events, there is also more advertiser competition, which means also it can increase, this can mean that you have to pay more for the impressions that you're getting on various networks, but also for other metrics like CPI or CPAs. Which is kind of bound to, once again, more competition happening during this times of the year. And when we're talking about times of this year and seasonal events, please feel free to take a screenshot of this slide here. We're also going to share the presentation afterwards, so you can also check it out after that as well. But once again, with this slide, what I want to share is the message. There is not only one seasonal event that we're talking about when we're talking about seasonal events now in the last quarter of this year and beginning of next year. As you can see here, there are really a lot of seasonal events happening. And at the end of the day, it really makes sense to optimize your app, ideally for all of them, because you can always try to kind of customize the message that you're sending out, trying to get the most interest, really dedicated and really customized to any of these events happening. Yeah. And without any further ado, I would say, let's now jump into a little bit more practical experiences that we have been able to gather within the agency, and therefore handing over the mic to Anastasia.
Yes, now let's dive deeper in the tips from our campaign successes, what should be done and what should be avoided while preparing for seasonal spikes. And first, let's talk about benefits of incorporating seasonal marketing initiatives into your ASO strategy. And here are some of the key advantages. And first one is improved discoverability. And aligning your app's metadata and visuals with seasonal themes increases the chances of being discovered by users who are actively searching for relevant content during the specific periods. Get featured. You increase your chances of getting featured in different collections across the stores. Boost conversion rate, of course, reflecting seasonal trends can capture users' attention much more effectively, which is going to improve your conversion. Re-engagement. Seasonal ASO initiatives create a sense of urgency and excitement around limited time offers, encouraging existing users to return to the app. And keeping your store listing up to date strengthens your brand reputation, showing that your app is constantly being updated and encourages users to return regularly. But when is the time to start A/B testing? Data from AppRadar shows that holiday keywords typically surge in popularity around a month and a half before major holidays. So to effectively promote on the trends, we advise to start planning A/B testing of your visuals well before the peak of the holiday period. It's a good practice to start A/B testing 4 to 6 weeks before a major holiday, like Easter or Christmas, and 1 to 2 weeks before less popular or smaller local holidays. To prove that, let's check a research. And studies show that this year, 47% of survey participants began their Halloween shopping before October. But why this happens? Halloween, in this case, marks the official transitions for the fall season for many people, so they are eager to start purchasing new seasonal decorations and other autumn items. Other reasons are avoiding the stress of a last-minute shopping. And of course, Halloween is one of the people's favorite holidays. Incorporating seasonal initiatives into your marketing strategy can benefit various niches. Here are some ideas tailored to different app categories. Of course, shopping, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you can promote deals, discounts, and limited time offers. Of course, it's a good thing to use urgency in visuals. Christmas, again, highlight gift guides if you have it in your app, special collections, and festive promotions. Gaming, Halloween, Valentine's Day, any other holiday, introduce some thematic themes, maybe some new in-app events or challenges within the game. Travel category, summer holidays, promote travel deals, vacation planning features, destination highlights, and for the new year, of course, you can focus on planning tools for upcoming year. And health and fitness. If you ever check the popularity in the keywords for this niche, you saw a spike of the popularity in January, of course, because of the New Year's resolutions. Use this opportunity to promote your app. And during the summer, you can market outdoor activities and summer fitness programs. Now let's see a few results of the A/B test we have performed for our agency clients. On this slide, you can see the icons we tested for a Viber in the Google Play Store. And the icon featuring beds and Halloween night background is the first variation, led to the increase of conversion rate up to 21.4%. The second variation, which has a slightly darker background, shows the worst results. This suggests that the change of the recognizable brand color might have negatively impacted the icon's appeal. Also, you can see seasonal icons for Latino focused on Christmas and Valentine's Day. Red bow icon, the second variation, resulted in an increase of conversion rate up to 16.2%. This was the most balanced icon, which I think has still have festive tone without being too specific and overcrowded. And the Valentine's icon with the lighter background achieved up to 27.4% increase in conversion rate. This soft appeal of the Valentine's mood still attracts a lot of users, maybe a much broader audience, boosting the long-term metrics. And here we can see the Christmas screenshots for Wargaming World of Warship Legends. The screenshots resulted in 31.45% overall improvement in conversion. So the initial conversion was 8.52. and erased up to 11%. This confirms there's holiday-specific visuals such as gift boxes, Santa hats, and festive lights, when applied accurately, can significantly enhance user attraction and conversion in mobile game ASO. But what are the don'ts for seasonal ASO? What you should avoid during the high season? First, neglect urgency of seasonal changes. Failing to remove seasonal visuals and keywords promptly can create a sense of neglect. For instance, keeping Christmas graphics into the spring season can lead users to feel the app is abandoned or outdated. Inconsistent messaging across the platforms. Please ensure your seasonal updates are consistent across all the marketing channels. Inconsistencies can really confuse potential users. Overloading with seasonal content. While it's important to leverage seasonality, avoid overwhelming users with too many changes at once. This can lead to confusion about what app offers and may negatively impact conversion rate. And irrelevancy. Not understanding which holidays and seasons resonates with your target audience can result in irrelevant content. For example, promoting Halloween features, let's say, for a tax preparation app, could be a little bit of misguidance. So you can significantly improve your app's yearly performance by integrating seasonal marketing strategies into ASO. So these were the tips for seasonal ASO, which will help you to improve your app's performance. And now let's jump into the UA strategies with Adele.
Thank you, Anastasia. Let's then discuss tactics that go beyond metadata in app stores. I would like to start with budget allocation first. For successful seasonal campaigns, keep in mind that 80% of your budget should be allocated to channels that already perform well, and 20% of your budget to testing new channels. Here on the slide, you can see top paid user acquisition channels by monthly active users. Based on our experience, mobile app developers and game developers usually choose TikTok ads, Meta ads, and Google ads. As for Facebook and Instagram, they capture over the half of digital ad spend for leading shopping subgenres in the US, reaching nearly 70% for apparel. This trend extends internationally with high spend in Canada, Germany, and UK, showcasing this platform's significance in relevance in boosting sales. Let's jump into the discussion of high-impact channel for supporting seasonal spikes. I would like to start with TikTok ads. With TikTok ads, you can reach Gen Z and millennials with fast-paced and viral content. Use trending sounds and hashtags for added holiday visibility. Meta ads are highly effective for shopping category, as we saw previously. And with Meta ads, you can target various audiences, including older generations. Adapt visuals to placement specific to drive seasonal engagement and capture high-intent shoppers. Going further, with Snapchat ads, you can reach Gen Z and Gen Alpha with interactive and playful ad formats such as custom lenses and filters. As for Google ads, they offer high scaling opportunities because you can target users all over the internet, not only in social medias. Variations of images, videos, text will help you to tackle all placements. In addition to Google Ads, it just rolled out a new feature called Promotional Assets. With this feature, you can showcase your specific offer for a specific event or holiday, such as New Year or Black Friday, or for a custom event. Next, let's discuss Reddit ads. With Reddit ads, you can target unique and duplicated audience because 50% of people using Reddit are not on any other social medias. Also, you can target users by niche communities. As for DSPs, they again offer vast scaling opportunities, but it's important to know that for substantial results, they require some budget. Apps can also leverage other marketing channels such as email marketing, influencer partnerships, and push notifications. On the right part of the slide, you can see the example of newsletter from Net-a-Porter related to Cyber Week offers. So what should be tweaked for holiday season? First of all, mobile app developers should start early and focusing on festive ad visuals and text to tap into emotional appeal. Test creative before launching and be sure to focus on urgency cues in your exclusive holiday offers. As for product updates, it's nice to add holiday theme content updates, different offers, and seasonal UI tweaks. Let's look at examples what apps are doing for different holidays. So we see here that Prequel and Tinder use holiday-themed content in their ads for Halloween. Switching to Cyber Week, we can see different apps rolling out special offers, and by that, they create a sense of urgency for their users. For Christmas and New Year, apps not only showcase special offers, but they also focus on showcasing holiday-related features and content. Here are 3 more examples. For Valentine's Day, apps are focusing on romance and connection, creating a love-centric atmosphere in the app. Holiday season is the high season for shopping category, as it was mentioned. So let's take Temu as an example, which uses various approaches to highlight holiday-specific offers. Here on the slide, you can see Halloween-related promotions, and here are ads for Black Friday and Christmas. As we switch to product updates, I would like to highlight product updates for Halloween as it's the nearest holiday. We can see here that Photolab and Pic Collage, they use holiday-related themes in designs in their apps. As for Shein, it uses holiday-related auto-suggestion, and it also have a special section in the app. Here are 2 more examples from Themify and Subway Surface, which again use Halloween-related content and themes to immerse users in Halloween mood. To wrap up this section, I would like to show you the example from our client, World of Tanks Blitz. As a Christmas gift for users, developers decided to gift a special frosty tank with Jingle Bell legendary camouflage. This initiative was created to boost loyalty, retention, and win back. Another example from the same developer, to celebrate 500,000 YouTube subscribers, they decided to gift users a special New Year present. You can see both developers' thank you notes and gift description here on this slide. This thoughtful gesture was not only created to thank users, but also to keep them engaged in the app. So here are important points to remember for seasonal campaigns. First of all, be sure what you advertise, avoid false premises or advertising content and features in the app which are not ready. It may lead to poor user experience and negative reviews. Second of all, tailor your campaigns to specific holidays, making sure offers, themes, and content resonate with your target audience. Lastly, be sensitive to regional and cultural differences, ensuring messaging, visuals, and promotions are culturally appropriate. A couple more words about cultural relevance. It's very crucial because it increases the likelihood of positive business outcomes by more than 50%. It creates 75% greater chance to improve overall brand perception, and it helps to boost profit by more than 2 times. On the right part of the slide, you can see a very good example from Epic App, which uses different visuals in its in-app events depending on the market. Okay, in closing, here is an approximate timeline for seasonal marketing. For a fitness app, as an example, focused on a peak season in early January, we can see that groundwork starts as early as September, beginning with creative research and production, then moving to testing and product updates. As the peak nears, your UA campaigns can be reinforced with other marketing efforts, such as newsletters and push notifications. And at this point, I'm handing over the microphone to Thomas.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Adele, and as well, thank you very much, Anastasia, for sharing the insights from the ASO and from the UA side when we talk about seasonal events. I'm gonna kind of wrap up our presentation here, and we'll be talking about retention strategies for post-holiday. Why? Because I think what is very important when we talk about campaigns that are really targeted to seasonal events, I would say philosophically speaking, you are not only attracting people that are, you know, like looking for your app, that are super, maybe already know you, know your brand, and, you know, just needed the final trigger. And okay, I always wanted to test this app. I always wanted to get started with it. You will be also, I would say, getting the interest from browsers in some kind of way. Yeah, this means this will be people that are, you know, spending time on a social network, spending time within the App Store, just browsing, and then potentially seeing an ad of your app or of your mobile game, and then clicking on it, and then kind of ideally, you know, once again, like we discussed here, with kind of a seasonal offer, which might be attached to it, also take this offer in the beginning and might be, you know, like super happy, cool, I found this kind of discount, I'm going to use it now, and it's great, yeah? The problem is, however, that with such people, once again, the browsers, you are not top of mind for them in most of the cases, you know, like once they stumble over your app, so to speak, yeah? Which means that even if you are able to attract them with your seasonal offering, it is important to think also what is happening after that. And this is what we're going to talk about, different strategies that you can apply to bring users back that you win in this time with seasonal promotions, for example. So first off, the number one, I think, is the most important thing, yeah? Make a good first impression, and that really, really fast. Once again, we're talking about people here that I would say randomly found your app, downloaded your app, maybe, you know, understand the use case, obviously on a high level. This is also the reason why they downloaded the app. And your task is really to make them understand how to use the app and how to get to the value, how to get to the aha moment, and how to ideally, you know, like achieve some goal already, which is kind of connected to the initial motivation why they were initially even downloading your app. I know that sounds very easy, and I know the reality is it's super hard, yeah, because it involves a lot of optimizing, and it involves a lot of testing and really trying to figure out how to make your app as applicable, once again, to different use cases out there, and also make it as easy as possible for users to understand how to achieve those with the help of your app. After that, it's also very important when we talk about retention, yeah, what you can do and what you should also do is stay in touch with your users. This can be either, you know, sending reminders, or once again, sending them special offers. You know, after Christmas, for example, there will be also Valentine's Day. There will be also Easter. This might be also, you know, like really good examples of how you could, you know, continue the loop of sending out offers, sending out special promotions. But once again, also trying to, you know, like keep the users coming back. And this is number three. Ideally, you know, this is as customized as possible, yeah? If you have the systems in place, it should be possible for you to identify which users were coming through seasonal events, for example, and through which seasonal event. You will also be able to identify if those users did purchases within your app or within your mobile game, which also can enrich the information that you have from your users within your CRM. And if you have this information, then you should also try to personalize the user experience exactly to those initial seasonal events where users were coming. You might also be able to analyze their usage patterns within the app and try to also react accordingly and try to keep coming them back. Once again, we're talking really about people that where your app, where your mobile game is not top of mind, but it's your task to achieve this. And there are also obviously other ideas how we can do that. On the one hand side, we also have the topic about gamification. Yeah, this can be a really great tactic to foster the retention rate within your app, to foster the usage of your app, because this might be something like, you know, something competitive, but also rewarding at the same time, maybe rewarding in terms of badges or some achievements or something that might be able to be unlocked within your app, for example. And exactly such tactics can help keeping your users coming back. Yeah. Also to mention streaks, to do something on a daily basis, for example, is also a very famous, I would say, tactics what you can use here to do. And yeah, once again, we are talking about retention. Yeah, once again, you need to be in contact with the users that were signing up. Might it be through newsletter, might it be through push notifications, might it be through other channels as well as retargeting. It is really important to also reconnect with the users, especially if you're seeing that they are not really that active anymore after the seasonal event has passed, so to speak. So therefore, let them know that you are missing them and send them a message. Try to keep them coming back, because this is really where you can get the most out of this strategy as well. Good. With that being said, we are coming to the end of our webinar today. However, before we come to the Q&A session, as already teased in the beginning, we have an amazing and super amazing special. We can call it Black Friday, Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day gift combined in one offering. Because what we are doing is we are having a limited promotion, which is lasting until the end of November, and also limited in amount of how many of these services we are going to deliver for you guys who are now in the front row of being here, really the ones who can first reach out to us and kind of ask for more information around our special offer that we have here. But as you might already know, our special offer is around holiday and getting your app ready for holiday and seasonal events, obviously. What we're doing is, on the one hand side, we are offering audits, which means if you already think, okay, I'm quite good equipped in terms of ASO, maybe also in terms of UA. However, I would like to have experts that have been doing this for multiple years, for hundreds of apps, to have a look at my app and give me feedback on what I could even improve more to get even more out of the holiday season that we're now entering within this quarter. So 50% discount on all our audit offerings. But not only that, if you're thinking, okay, it's so last minute, but I don't have time to get my app ready for Christmas, for example, or for Black Friday, and I really want to, and I need a helping hand. Also here, amazing news. We from the SplitMetrics Agency are happy to help you with that as well. We can help you with the creation of your ASO metadata updates, with your screenshot updates, as well as, like offering this in a combined bundle for you guys as well, so that your app or your mobile game is ready for the upcoming seasonal events. Once again, this really amazing offer is limited until the end of November, and it's also limited in amount of how many spots we have for this offer. We are going to send out a follow-up email after the webinar, where you will have the possibility to simply reply to the email and let us know that you're interested in learning more about our offers. And then we're happy to follow up with you guys and share you also some insights, as well as show you exactly what we would be delivering for you, exactly how we would be helping you getting the most out of the upcoming seasonal events. Good. With that being said, we are at the end of the webinar. And I want to thank all of you guys for joining, for participating. I hope that you could pick up some interesting thoughts as well as some interesting input. And now let's see if we have any questions within the chat. And this is also exactly where, if you should have any questions, please post them to the chat and we will be talking about them. So let me stop sharing my screen and let me ask Adele and Anastasia back to the room, so to speak. Perfect, Good. Let me check out the questions. I think one question that we have here, please give us some best practices of language learning app in the United States market. So looking at my ladies here in the webinar, do you have any ideas top of mind how we could promote a language learning app during the seasonal events in this very particular question, within the United States market?
I think to reply on this question, we will need to do some research for your particular app, because we could see some opportunities you can get, not just for seasonal spikes, but maybe some more. But of course, I would offer you to check on your market and your users which seasons you could use, which could be potentially interesting for them. If you can maybe suggest them some offers right? And promote that within the App Store and of course within UA through your marketing channels. But for maybe some more tips, you can contact us and I would be glad to do a research for you.
Perfect. Thank you very much for the answer, Anastasia. Another question that we have.
To add to Anastasia,
Yeah, please. Sorry, Adele. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I was thinking about, so I guess that your season is early January. So if the answer is yes, so I propose you to test creative beforehand. So right now, to be fully ready for your high season. And also you can think of alternative marketing efforts that can be done. So for example, push notifications as we covered, or testing different offers that you can do. Again, offer testing should be done right away. So I mean now, so to be fully ready for the high season.
Perfect, great. Then we have another question from Maxime. He is talking more about the AP tests, and Adele, looking into your direction, because I think the question will be very much aligned with the slide that you have been showing. The question in the background is, when should we actually start with really testing for Christmas, for example, or for the holiday events? Because if we do it too early, then it might be a little bit off topic. And should you also do A/B testing, even if you think that you are having a good conversion rate already?
I'm very happy that you have good conversion rate already, but I think there is always room to improve it. And of course, if you have the opportunity to run the A/B tests, I mean, you have what to offer to your users. I think it's a great chance to improve it and to get more installs. Also, do a research within your competitors, within your niche. What are they doing? If maybe they don't do anything yet, you can benefit from this, right? You can stand out from them. So I think it's anyway a good chance if you haven't been testing any seasonal graphics for your app. I think you could do it. Like now is the high season, a lot of the holidays are coming. And yeah, 4 to 6 weeks before major holidays, I think it's quite relevant. As you saw in the research, a lot of the people for the Halloween, for the Christmas, they are looking for the seasonal content much before than even like 1 month before the holiday. So again, you can really benefit from it and attract more users.
Yeah, and in order to add, so I think you can, usually we test on a small portion of audience. So in case something goes wrong, so that's completely fine, because I don't know, we've tested on just 20% of the whole audience. And also I was thinking about episode chats. So Anastasia shared that keyword popularity for some specific queries is increasing beforehand, so before holiday. So maybe you can bid for keywords in different like channels to see the conversion rate for these keywords, so whether there are some improvements. So it can be an alternative here.
Perfect. Thank you very much for sharing the answers. And yeah, let's follow up with some additional questions. Yeah. One question, also very interesting. Yeah. How should we react if certain seasonal events are overlapping in time? So for example, Diwali versus Halloween, which are two, like very big events. But, there is an overlap in time. Yeah. Looking into your direction, do you have any suggestions or recommendations here? Otherwise, I could also jump in because I have an idea. Yeah, happy to share my thought then in this regard. Yeah. So I think, when it comes to this topic and when there are, like really overlapping topics, it can also be, for example, that, I don't know, let me think of something, that the company that you're working for has, I don't know, a 100 years anniversary, which is also taking place during Christmas or something like that. Yeah. So adding even more complexity to this as well. I think what you can do and how you should react to this is to try to customize your offering as good as possible. Yeah, which means that, for example, also when we talk about Halloween versus Diwali, we're talking about different countries on an international scale where these events are kind of impactful. So this might be already the first tip for you guys out there to really try to separate the campaigns that you're running and try to connect them with the countries where these events are also taking place. And for example, when talking about, once again, this 100-year anniversary for your business, if something like this is happening, also there I would try to separate between talking about people that have no idea about you, yeah, so running promotional campaigns on the App Store, for example, and taking this, you know, like 100-year anniversary celebration more for existing clients, more for existing users already, for example, which are already, you know, like more familiar with what is happening there. Good. One quick clarification question here. When we were saying conversion rates increased by changing the app icon to seasonality, what do we mean by that? Is it only app installs that are getting more, or might it be also something different?
Under conversion rate, of course, we mean the conversion to install. So yeah, at the end, the goal is to improve conversion and to get more installs, right? And the examples on these slides, they were from the native tool from the Google Play, which shows the improvement exactly for the conversion. Yeah, but of course, during the high season, if you're attracting more users, you will get more installs.
Perfect. And more installs is also the, you know, the first way, I would say, to more revenue at the end of the day as well. Yeah. So therefore, it's always, you know, good to have this in the first spot in mind, so to say. Yeah. Let me check out the questions because there are still some we didn't answer yet. Well, how could we use some ASO tactics to kind of connect them with promotional content, I guess is the question, if I understood it correctly, Hannah. Just maybe asking you guys here, yeah, what could we do to connect ASO and promotional content in some kind of way?
If you mean promotional content like like let's say this separate events, right? So of course I would suggest to offer some if you have again some new features or for example some discounts within your app or game. I of course would suggest to run promotional content, these in-app events, which will support these events, and this is helping a lot for discoverability through the App Store. So you have more place to appear for the users within the app, which will again work better for the installs, and it may help for a conversion. Yeah, I would align some new features if you have, of course, and show it. It's like another option to show more about your app.
My take here will be that you should monitor the conversion rate that you are having after launching, for example, in-app event in app stores, because it will take place. So the in-app event will be shown instead of your screenshot. So it may positively impact your conversion rate or negatively. So you should monitor this thing as well.
Perfect. Thank you very much for the answers. And yeah, looking at the time, we are now coming to the last question that we will be able to answer. But nevertheless, if there should be any follow-up questions popping up from you guys, you know, feel free to, once again, we're going to send out an email afterwards. Feel free to reply here. Hey, I have one additional question. And be sure that we will be looking at the question and we'll also providing an answer. Yeah. But now, kind of the last question that we have here. What can we do to avoid spoiling an offer when we're doing A/B testing in front of the seasonal event? So for example, let's look at Black Friday. If we're already testing upfront, what can we do to not, you know, say exactly everything that we already have? Maybe I'm gonna start with my side and then also leave it open for you girls to add from your side as well. Yeah. So what I would say is at the end of the day, what you want to figure out is if you can trigger the interest for a promotion, yes or no. Yeah. If the promotion is now 5% or 50%, obviously that will have an impact because the higher the promotion, the more clicks you will be getting. doesn't mean exactly that you will be also, every click will be translating into people then taking the offer. So that is something that, like to consider here as well. But nevertheless, what you could do within the A/B test is, just make it the offer smaller. So let's once again, if the Black Friday offer is a 50% discount, go ahead and test it with 10%, for example. This might already help you, to figure out if the creatives in the background are working, if they're performing better compared to your current screenshots that you might be having or your current app icon. Yeah, screenshots will most likely make more sense for such an offer. Yeah, but that would be something how you could test the concept. And once again, if then Black Friday happens, for example, and you increase your offer to 50% discount, once again, a lot of people are looking for discounts, are looking for offers during this time. This should then be already a really great acceleration to something that you already tested in the past. And ideally, like obviously is performing better than the things that you already had. Yeah. Something to add, Anastasia or Adele?
Yeah, there is also an option if you're running the tests within the native tools of the Google Play or App Store. You can use the smaller audience, for example, to sacrifice a smaller audience. But if you exactly need to test exactly the offer you want, you could use that. And also the third option, I think, is to use maybe optimized platform, because you can run like send limited amount of specific users to your app page and see if this offer is working or not, and it will be quite it won't be exposed too much.
Perfect. That was also great input. Good. Yeah. We reached the end of this webinar. Once again, I want to thank all of you participants for joining. It was a pleasure hosting this session today. Also, big thanks go out to Anastasia and to Adele for joining me today, for sharing their insights, for sharing their knowledge, for sharing their experience. I hope that you guys were taking a lot of also insights, inspiration for you as well. And I really keep all my fingers crossed that you're ready for the seasonal events that are popping up. If not, once again, don't forget about our super special offer. We will be sending out an email afterwards as well. If you are interested, simply reply to the email and we will have you covered. Yeah. In this regard, thank you very much again for participating and wishing you all of you an amazing rest of the day. And see you the next time.